Good afternoon and welcome to our briefing today. It is Wednesday, April 22nd. I'm going to be giving you some updates based on information that has come from our governor's office. You may have already heard that earlier today he and the Secretary of Education announced that public schools will remain closed for the remainder of this school year. I know there are a lot of details to be worked out with the districts as far as how they will handle any kind of graduation celebrations or anything like that in this virtual environment that we're in now, but those details will be forthcoming, but schools remaining closed for the remainder of the school year. You probably heard last week that Governor McMaster reopened some of the public waterways, including the boat ramps. This week, the public order that we're going to be referring to today, which is this Executive Order 2020-28. So 28 executive orders already this year. In this order, he has reopened our public beaches. And in doing that, that includes parking lots and restrooms and public facilities that service the beaches. But one thing to keep in mind is he has allowed a carve out for municipalities and operators to be able to close at their discretion if they feel like there's a public health problem. So the key to being able to keep this beach access open is to practice good social distancing measures. So let's just make sure that we're encouraging anyone who is going, or if we're going with our families, to follow those guidelines and be able to enjoy the beaches, but also in a safe manner, and so we don't see them get closed again because people are not following the rules. Definitely not something we'd like to see happen. Also in this order, the reopening of what had been considered non-essential stores and businesses. People are asking what's on that list, what is open, what is not open. The list, I'm going to just go down quickly, involves retail. That includes furniture and home furnishing stores, clothing, shoe, and clothing accessory stores, jewelry, luggage, and leather goods stores, department stores with the exception of hardware and home improvement stores because they were already opened, having been deemed essential, sporting goods stores, book, craft, and music stores, flea markets, and florist and flower stores. Now, to be open as part of this incremental modification, which is what they're calling it in the order, there are some parameters that the businesses have to adhere to as well, and they involve mostly social distancing and sanitation. They cannot have more than 5 customers per 1,000 square feet of retail space, or more than 20% of their occupancy limit as determined by the fire marshal, whichever of those two is less. That's how many people they're allowed to have in the store at any one time. They do have to promote social distancing and keeping people apart at least 6 feet unless they're part of a family unit. And you've probably seen that at some of the stores, even at the grocery stores, waiting in line to be allowed into the store and tape marks on the ground, keeping you 6 feet apart. So you're probably going to see some of that in the retail stores as well. And finally, with regard to sanitation, they have to implement all reasonable steps to adhere to guidelines from the CDC and from DHEC. So it doesn't change anything that as far as retail stores being able to serve customers in other ways, such as online ordering, curbside pickup. Any of those kind of delivery options are also still available. So we're dipping a toe into the water of reopening our economy here in South Carolina. The best thing we can do to make sure that this is a successful first step is to adhere to those social distancing guidelines and wear our masks and do what we're being asked to do when we do go out into these businesses to keep everyone safe. Of course, our families, ourselves, and the businesses that drive our economy here in South Carolina and here in Fort Mill. So we will continue to bring you information as we get it, and as always, we wish you a safe week and good business as well.